I know this might come off as a bit of a meme, but there's some truth to it. When you procrastinate, time is literally money down the drain. And when it comes to your finances, you can't afford to waste time. If you're like most people, you will end up spending way too much time doing things that don't make you any money at all. In fact, research by the University of California found that nearly 1 in 5 Americans spends over 20 hours a month passively watching TV. Let's translate that into cold, hard cash. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average hourly wage in the U.S. is around $31. So those 20 hours of binging Netflix are costing you around $620 a month, or about $7,440 a year. That's almost the price of an iPhone. And then there are the 40% of us who spend over 20 hours every month on social media. We all know that using social media for business can be a huge opportunity, but it's also easy to get sucked into the black hole of procrastination. In fact, researchers from the University of Pennsylvania found that the average American spends over 37 minutes every day scrolling through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But if you think about it, that's only slightly less than the average work hour in the US, which is 41 minutes. So if you spent just 40 minutes every day being productive, you could earn around $120 every week or over $5,000 every year. When you look at it that way, it is clear that time is money, and wasting time by procrastinating is a habit you simply cannot afford. And that's why today we're going to do something different. We have compiled the most popular tips from our videos on how to stop procrastinating and save time so you can focus on what really matters. Let's dive in. Break your tasks down into smaller chunks. Procrastination happens when we feel overwhelmed, and the best way to prevent that is by breaking down your tasks into smaller, more manageable pieces. Dr. Tim Pyshil, psychologist and expert on procrastination, calls this technique implementation. Instead of saying, "clean my room," break it down into smaller steps like put away the laundry, organize my desk, and vacuum the floor. Then tackle each step one at a time, and before you know it, your room will be clean. Reward yourself. We all know that procrastination is a struggle, but did you know that you can actually train yourself to overcome it? It's all about understanding how your brain works. Our brains love rewards, and the more we repeat a behavior, the more our brains associate it with a positive feeling. So next time you need to do something you don't really want to do, set a reward for yourself afterwards. It doesn't have to be anything big, just something that will make you feel good and look forward to it. This is called positive reinforcement, and it has been proven to be an effective way to change your behavior and break bad habits. So next time you find yourself procrastinating, remember to set a reward for yourself. Your brain will thank you for it. Create a deadline. Sometimes the hardest part of any task is getting started. So if you're struggling to get motivated, try setting a deadline for yourself. This can help you focus and get things done quickly. Studies have shown that deadlines can increase productivity by up to 50%. So try setting a realistic deadline for yourself next time you need to get something done. And if you need a little extra help staying on track, consider using a timer. Knowing that you only have a certain amount of time to complete a task can help you focus and get it done quickly. Plus, once you finish, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment knowing that you beat the clock. Set daily goals. You won't become a millionaire overnight, but with consistent effort and small daily wins, you'll get there eventually. That's why it's important to start with small, achievable goals. When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself what you would like to accomplish during the day. It doesn't have to be anything big. Just 1 or 2 small goals that you can realistically achieve. Once you have a list of goals for the day, write them down. This helps us focus and prioritize the most important tasks. So go ahead and put pen to paper. You'll be glad you did. And as you check off each goal that you accomplish, take a moment to appreciate your progress. Give yourself a mental high five or a happy dance. Whatever works for you, just take a moment to celebrate your success. Learn to say no. One of the biggest productivity killers is taking on too much. It's important to learn how to say no when you're already at capacity. When you agree to do something that you don't really want to do, or that you don't have time for, you're setting yourself up for failure. You are essentially telling yourself that your current projects are not important enough to warrant your time and attention. This can lead to feelings of guilt, resentment, and burnout. The key is to learn how to politely decline requests without feeling bad. A simple, "I'm not able to help out this time," is usually sufficient. You don't owe anyone an explanation. By learning how to say no, you'll free up time in your schedule to focus on the things that really matter. You'll also avoid the stress and anxiety that comes with taking on too much. So next time someone asks you to do something that you don't want to do, don't be afraid to say no. Your time is valuable, and you shouldn't waste it on things that don't matter. Take regular breaks. There's a lot of talk these days about productivity and getting the most out of your time. It's easy to think that the more you work, the more you accomplish, but that's not always true. Taking regular breaks is an important part of being productive. It may seem counterintuitive, but taking a break can actually help you focus and get more done. Our brains need time to rest and recharge so that we can stay focused and productive. Taking a break allows us to clear our heads and come back to our work refreshed and ready to tackle it again. Of course, it's important to take breaks that are actually restful. A quick walk outside or a few minutes of meditation can be just what you need to clear your head and come back to your work feeling refreshed. On the other hand, using your break to check your email or scroll through social media can actually do more harm than good. These activities can stimulate your brain in a way that makes it difficult to relax and recharge. So if you need to take a break, take a real break. Step away from your work, clear your mind, and come back refreshed and ready to focus. Avoid multitasking. Multitasking might seem like a good idea, but studies have shown that it actually reduces our productivity. When we multitask, we're essentially giving our brains a workout. Our brains have to constantly switch gears, which requires a lot of mental energy. Over time, this can lead to burnout and decreased productivity. Instead, we should focus on one task at a time. This allows us to give each task our full attention and increases the likelihood that we will complete each task successfully. Of course, this can be easier said than done. Many of us are used to multitasking, and it can be difficult to break the habit. However, the benefits of focusing on one task at a time far outweigh the difficulties. Not only will we be more productive, but we'll also be less stressed and more successful. Use technology to your advantage. Technology has made it easier than ever to be productive. There are countless apps and programs that can help us get organized, manage our time, and get more done. One great resource is Google Calendar. This free program allows us to create and keep track of deadlines, schedule tasks and reminders, and even share our calendars with others. Another helpful tool is the Pomodoro app. This app helps us stay focused by forcing us to work in 25-minute blocks, followed by 5-minute breaks. If you're looking for a more comprehensive productivity system, check out the Getting Things Done app. This app helps us capture, organize, and prioritize tasks so that we can focus on the most important things first. No matter what tools we use, it's important to remember that technology is only as good as our ability to use it effectively. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes we procrastinate because we're afraid of failure. We're afraid that we'll disappoint others if we don't succeed. But the truth is that everyone fails at some point. Even the most successful people in the world have experienced failure. What sets them apart is their ability to learn from their mistakes and keep moving forward. When we're struggling, we need to be willing to ask for help. This can be hard, especially if we're used to doing everything ourselves. But asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. By asking for help, we're able to get the support we need to succeed. Whether it's emotional, financial, or practical support, having someone to turn to can make all the difference. Focus on the why. When you're trying to do something you don't really want to do, it's important to focus on why you're doing it. This will help you stay motivated and keep going, even when you want to quit. For example, let's say you're trying to eat healthy. You might not feel like eating your vegetables, but if you focus on the fact that eating healthy will give you more energy and make you feel better about yourself, you'll be more likely to stick to your diet. Or let's say you're trying to study for an exam. You might not feel like hitting the books, but if you focus on the fact that studying will help you get a better job in the future, you'll be more likely to hit the library. Basically, whatever you're trying to do, focus on the positive outcomes and you'll be more likely to follow through. Don't worry about perfection. This is a common source of procrastination. We often worry that whatever we are doing won't be perfect, and that is why we put it off. But the truth is that perfection is unattainable. No matter what we do, there will always be something that could be improved. So instead of striving for perfection, we should focus on progress. Yes, it's important to set high standards for ourselves, but we also need to be realistic. If we set ourselves up for failure by setting unrealistic standards, we're more likely to procrastinate. So the next time you feel like you're procrastinating because you're worried about perfectionism, remind yourself that progress is more important than perfection. Don't put it off until tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Or if it does, it's just another day, like today. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Take action now and don't look back. You'll be glad you did. And with that, we wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.